and the Cat Protection Society. Our next speaker, Kathleen Chapman, is a Darebin resident and co-founder of Save Darebin Pets. A long-time animal lover, Kathleen was horrified to learn of the killing of Bubba, a much-loved 15-year-old cat, by the Lost Dogs Home. After reading about the killing in the local newspaper, she decided to attend the next council meeting to ask questions and demand change. Along with a small group of local residents, she went on to lobby her councillors to commit to saving the lives of Darebin's companion animals. She fosters cats and kittens and is committed to making Darebin a no-kill community. Welcome, Kathleen.
Do you believe that homeless animals are entitled to care and compassion? Do you want to see every healthy and treatable animal that enters a pound or shelter either reunited with their guardian or going home in the arms of a loving new family? Right here in Melbourne, Save a Dog scheme provides pound services for the cities of Stonington and Boroondara, saving around 95% of cats and dogs that enter the pound. I ask you, do animals from other municipalities deserve any less? If you answered no, then why stand by while healthy and treatable animals from your community are killed every day by organisations like the RSPCA, the Lost Dogs Home and the Cat Protection Society? Organisations who are funded with your rates. If you believe that someone should do something about this situation, I'm here to tell you that that person is you. Several years ago, my eyes were opened by the book Redemption, the myth of pet overpopulation and the no-kill revolution in the United States. I learnt about the no-kill equation, a model of animal sheltering, which has ended the killing of healthy and treatable animals in more than 200 communities in the United States. I learnt how ordinary community members reformed their local animal shelters and how progressive shelters were implementing a range of innovative programs to save lives. I recognised that I should take action to save the lives of animals in my community, but I simply felt overwhelmed. And then in October 2012, something happened that drove me to finally take action. I read an article in my local leader newspaper about Bubba, a much-loved 15-year-old cat who ran away in a storm. Bubba was trapped by a neighbour who called Darebin Council. A council ranger came and took her to the Lost Dogs Home, where she was killed on the very same day that she arrived. I knew that I needed to act, and act right then, as animals like Bubba were being killed needlessly every day. I learned that the Lost Dogs Home was killing 85% of all cats impounded from Darebin, and more than half of unclaimed dogs. This facility does not deserve to be called a shelter. It is merely a companion animal slaughterhouse. After learning about Bubba's death, I went to the next local council meeting and asked questions during public question time. After that, I contacted the local councillors and arranged face-to-face meetings with them. Sometimes I went with one or two other local residents, and sometimes I went on my own. We told the councillors about the number of animals from Darebin being killed at the Lost Dogs Home. We talked to them about what could be done to end the killing. We provided them with a brief handout. The councillors were open to hearing our suggestions, and I'm pleased to report that many of our recommendations have been implemented. Council endorsed a new domestic animal management plan, which included targets for reducing the number of animals killed in the pound, and set out how this would be achieved. The new domestic animal management plan was endorsed unanimously by Council, and 6 of the 7 councillors present at the meeting spoke in favour of aiming for no-kill. Darebin has set up a community reference group which meets several times a year to discuss ways of improving outcomes for companion animals. Council now posts photos of impounded animals on the Darebin Lost Animals Facebook page, and the number of animals reclaimed has increased. In October, Council started making surrendered animals available to rescue groups, and earlier this year started notifying rescue groups of unclaimed animals needing rescue from the pound. To date, rescue groups have saved every one of the animals who've been made available to them, a total of 73 animals, including 13 dogs, 19 cats and 41 kittens. Rescue groups have saved unweaned kittens, elderly animals, and animals requiring medical treatment. They include animals like Buddy, a 19-year-old blue heeler with arthritis and dental problems rescued by Noah's Bark. Buddy has received treatment and has been adopted by a couple in Port Melbourne who dote on him and regularly take him to the beach. And then there's Topsy, a lovely young tabby cat who was rescued from the Lost Dogs home and taken into foster care by Sarah, an animal lover who is here today. When Sarah took Topsy to the vet, she discovered that she was pregnant. Sarah's act of kindness has saved not only Topsy's life, but that of her unborn kittens as well. And just last week, Forever Friends saved 9 animals from the Lost Dogs home. Early last month, Darebin Councillor Trent McCarthy proposed a motion that Council consider a feasibility study into establishing its own animal shelter. This motion was endorsed unanimously by the councillors and can be seen as acknowledgement by Council that the current pound contractor, the Lost Dogs Home, is failing our animals and that there is a better way. The progress that is being made in Darebin has received quite a lot of media attention, with reports on Radio 3AW, the Northcote and Preston Leaders, and the Melbourne Weekly Review. The issue even made the front page of The Age. More and more people are hearing about how the mega pounds are failing our animals and they're demanding change to save lives. There is, however, much work that remains to be done. In order to stop the killing of cats, we need trap, neuter and return programs. This is already widespread overseas. Instead of trapping unsocialised free-living cats and taking them to the shelter to be killed, many communities overseas are instead trapping them, dissecting them and then returning them to their habitats. This benefits the cat's health, stops breeding, reduces nuisance complaints and dramatically lowers the number of cats killed in shelters. In the city of Spartanburg in South Carolina, animal service officers trapped, neutered and returned 699 free-living cats in 2013. Trap, neuter and return is the only ethical, effective and sustainable way of dealing with free-living cat colonies. We need Council to fund animal rescue groups to help them continue their life-saving work. We need to do more to encourage local residents to become foster carers or to adopt rescued animals. And we need a local animal shelter run in a way that is consistent with community values. We need a no-kill animal shelter. I'm hopeful that with the support of local residents, Darebin will become a no-kill community in the near future. I'm very proud to have been a part of the changes that are taking place in Darebin and the precious lives that have been saved. I'd like to acknowledge the work of the rescue groups who are working hard to save animals from Darebin. Groups such as Forever Friends, Maneki Neko, Robin's Nest, Noah's Bark and several others. I'd also like to thank Pound Reform Alliance Australia. They've supported me in my campaign and they can support you too. I want to thank you for showing your concern for animals by coming to this rally today. But simply being here isn't enough. We need to do more to bring about the changes that will save animals' lives. Don't wait for someone else to take action. Roll up your sleeves and do it yourself. Please contact your local councillors to request face-to-face meetings. Be persistent. Keep calling and emailing till they agree.